done, just to get everything underway, I'd like to introduce Bob Winrow from the Hudson Valley Technology Development Center, who's going to talk to you for a couple of minutes about strategies for business succession. Bob?
Thank you, Les. I have such a long journey. I'm about 3 miles away from here, but it took me about 2.5 hours to plow out my driveway, but guess what? We're here. You can read this seminar, but just to give you some data, this whole seminar is, boy, that's bright, is aimed at the small business owner. It's basically not only manufacturers, but other business owners. And just to give you some data, 95% of businesses in the U.S. today are family-owned or closely held businesses. 80% of these have 20 or more employees, just to give you, or fewer employees. 80% of the jobs in the U.S. are by the small and medium-sized businesses. The whole concept that what we're doing here with this particular workshop is that we really realize that over the next 5 years, 65% of these businesses, which are privately owned or family owned, will be looking to transition out of the business and move it. Of those, 35 to 55% will fail within 3 years. So when you look at the amount of impact that small businesses have on the economy, on the job markets and everything else, attention has to be paid. We found a presenter, Lisa Stewart. Okay, I'll give you a handout on. She's out from Boise, Idaho. She's been delivering seminars for about 20 to 25 years on this particular subject of trying to help businesses, small business owners, transition into a different way of either passing it along to their children, selling it, whatever. So part of the program, we have 2 activities, which I have a handout, by the way, which has more details than that. Basically what this program does, it does an assessment for very, very reasonable cost. And the whole idea is to identify to the business owner things that they should be doing to prepare for whenever they want to change ownership, be it succession planning, strategic planning, valuing their business. Some business owners who have been in business for 20 or 30 years have, especially in the recent economy, have an inflated view of what their business is worth, and they're depending upon certain things for their own retirement. So one of the programs that we've got is this particular one we call, if I can get my finger on it, it's the family-owned, closely held business. And what we do is we start out with an assessment, and from that assessment, which is based upon, by the way, most of that data that I gave you was from Price Waterhouse and very valued people who have done these studies. And the whole idea is to try to give to the small business owners a very cost-effective way of taking care of strategic planning, succession planning. I know there's CPAs that are in this room, people who help set up wills, lawyers, and so forth. So we don't do those things. We do technical. So we've got 2 sessions scheduled. One is on March 25th down at West Point at the Thayer House. The other one is March 26th down at Terrytown. So these are 2 pilot programs. It's now going to be some advertising. It's $49 per person. If there's 2 people that are part of the business, we think that we did that purposely because we think the wives might be more interested in the succession planning than their husbands might be. So we figured if we get those 2 people together, we're going to have a synergism which would work very nicely. So with that, and we are looking for sponsors, and you'll find out that with sponsors we already have to help underwrite the cost of getting this speaker, Lisa Stewart, from Boise into the Hudson Valley. We believe there's going to be a market for this in the future. So these are 2 pieces that we're starting with, and you can see who's already sponsoring those. It's on the, you can look at HVTDC website, and that'll also lead you into how to sign up. And any questions? Did I do it in 5 minutes? You did good. Okay, good. Thank you.